I'm about to get me another ring light. Um, I don't know if I brought that other one in or what I did. Oh, right here.
There you go.
So I need one with a light on it. Just one with a light on it. Yeah, yeah. Gonna have to ignore me not having a light today. Let's start cooking.
Small ones don't work?
Yeah.
Small ones on top of that don't.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
All right, y'all. Today we're gonna be making some meatloaf and some mashed potatoes. And start by turning on my thing to 375, getting this meatloaf together, and then going from there. I know it's usually a time that I don't really cook dinner or go live, but I'm trying to get it out the way early. Had to call my mom and say, how you make this? I'm also gonna be baking some fish too, because some of my kids don't eat meat. So let's get started. I have some ground turkey. But it's still not. And before the kids come, I'm gonna try to finish up with Christmas stuff too. Every day we're getting another package. All right, so I have ground turkey in here.
You find that guy?
Huh?
Find that guy.
What?
You find that guy?
Found what?
You find that guy?
No, I gave it to somebody else. This is ground turkey as well. I'll squeeze this in here. And I don't feel like going upstairs to get gloves. But usually I would have some gloves on because you're going to have to put your hand in here.
I'll give you some guy.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Actually, this is a lot of ground turkey, I'm not going to lie. I think this is a little bit too much, but we're going to make it work. Okay. So, you're going to need you an egg. Let me move y'all back some so y'all can see. You're going to need you an egg. I'm going to be using 2 eggs. I am making meatloaf, mashed potatoes, cornbread, so I'll probably be on here for a little bit. I've been trying to I made a meal yesterday, but I'm trying to plan everything out to where, our food is just mostly just done. We could take it out. I'm just trying different ways of, thank you, being able to cook meals where it's just kind of cooked and we don't have to worry about it. So that's my main goal. And it has been okay, this works, this don't work, that don't work. Gonna need some onion. Gonna need some pepper. Red pepper. I'm also gonna be baking some fish too. So, hi Celine. I'm also gonna be making some fish too, because not all my babies eat meat. I have 1 egg left in here that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use. I definitely know I'm gonna use some eggs for the cornbread. I do have some like stuff for the kids to take to school. We're just been trying to figure out ways to cook for um, a lot of people because cooking takes up a lot of my day. Like cooking always takes up a lot of my day. And I don't be having time to do anything else. Or I just be tired. I just want to rest. Either which way. Let me see. I'll use this one. So for your meatloaf, you're going to be taking some ground turkey. You can do the same thing with meatballs. It will change a little bit when we get to a certain spot, but I'm not gonna lie, I do think this is a lot of freaking stuff for meatloaf because the only ones that's gonna really eat it, I don't know. I'll make the other kids eat it, but it's for dinner. It's for dinner. But Eastsides and Joyous don't eat meat. Well, they eat fish. So I'm gonna chop this up. Younger kids are taking a nap. The older ones are at school. I have to finally finish Christmas decorating. And I do want to get them like a hot chocolate that I seen. So I'm going to do that too. And put that in the freezer. So we can have hot chocolate for dinner tonight. Take out one of their hair. At least one. I did wash and condition Niall's hair the other day. I be trying to give myself a break too. Because it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. But I also don't want my kids walking around looking crazy. So, love your decorations. Thank you. My day is going good. I went to go return something to the store. And now I'm just cooking dinner and getting that out the way. I'll show y'all how I do my meatloaf, which I haven't made in years. So hopefully I still can get down with the meatloaf. But I think it'll be good. So you're gonna take your meatloaf, your ground turkey, ground pork. Well, I don't know if people do meatloaf with pork. Maybe beef, but we're doing ground turkey. And I have two different kinds in here. You can also use this as hamburger meat as well. So what I might do is take some out and make like hamburgers with them. I don't know, because this is a lot, like I said. But we'll see. Let's see when I mix this together, the basics together, before I start adding the stuff that you put in for your other stuff. Hold on.
Just make two and give one to your mom.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Who gonna bring it to her?
You wanted to see the kids this weekend anyway.
All right. Okay, so I'll make some for my mom. Always comes up with good ideas.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I have an onion soup mix. This is what we're gonna put in here. It's an onion soup mix, y'all. Okay. You're gonna put this into your ground beef. This is good for Christmas. I've ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef, whatever you're using. This is really good in your meatloaf, okay? All right, we're gonna do a little salt. I'm gonna do a little pepper. Nothing too crazy. All right. I have some green peppers that I cut up yesterday. You want to make sure that your onions and peppers are pretty small. I'm just going to give them a little bit more of a fine chop. And this will help with my mom and the family because they don't have to worry about cooking. And my mom plans on watching the kids this weekend. Oh, we're going to put on the pop thing. The Dana thing, and Dana going to that school thing, that meeting thing. My mom called me and asked me about it. Y'all know I'm a big fan of adobo, so that's also going in here just a little bit. Turkey and chicken, it kind of dries out really fast, so you want to be careful about how much you put in here and how long you actually keep it in the oven. I do have my oven on 375. And I'm just cutting up these small peppers, even smaller than I diced up yesterday. Because you don't want big pieces of pepper and onions in your food. Well, at least not this. So I'm just going to sprinkle those in here. Also going to put a little bit of adobo in here. It's really easy to make meatloaf. Real easy. And I'm also going to take a red pepper. Did y'all finish y'all Christmas shopping? How's that going? Are y'all Christmas shopping? Do y'all celebrate Christmas? I feel like because we have 6 kids, we get a package every day. We try to stay on a limit. One of my supporters on social media actually sent us about $200 to put towards the kids' gifts. So that was a great help. You know, it was a great help. I went to something that my mom and the kids were honored at. I went to like an event and they bought the kids like a lot of stuff. And while I was sitting there, I was like, this is something that I want to do. Like, you know, have like an organization that kind of just gives back. And there were so many people who didn't know my family from a can of paint who helped and, you know, gave gifts that they didn't necessarily have to. And for that, I was really appreciative. And I wanted to do that. So doing something kind of similar, but not to that extent of what my mom and them went to. But at my salon, we're not telling our clients, but we have picked individual clients that, you know, have been supportive. We know their stories a little bit and kind of just not giving them a free service, but letting them know at the end of their service. And that's the way that my business is going to give back, and or at least try to give back, at least a little bit. At least a little bit, what I can do. Each stylist decided that they wanted to give a free service as well. So that was dope. They don't have to. And they chose to say, okay, this is something that I want to do as well. And I thought that was really cool. I'm going to cut up this pepper once I put this in the oven. And I'm also going to put on my gloves. And we're going to mix this up. Put this on a pan and get to it. So, let me see. I make my meatloaf with ground turkey too. That's good. That's good. What can you make? People make meatloaf with pork? I'm not 100% sure because I don't really do that. But I'm pretty sure I think people make meatloaf with pork. I think so. Shavin, can you open that pack of breadcrumbs and pour some in here, please? I forgot the breadcrumbs, y'all. I'm gonna put breadcrumbs in here too.
You just bought it?
Yeah, it's in the cabinet.
Oh,
Huh?
no. Never mind.
So I'm just gonna mix this around. And we're gonna put some breadcrumbs in here. Once again, this is the main ingredients besides the breadcrumbs. Oh, you could put breadcrumbs in your meatballs. But this is also how you make meatballs and burgers and all that other stuff. Sometimes you might want to season your meat with something else. Go ahead. You pour. Pour. Keep going. Okay, stop. Make sure I don't put too much. Hold on, wait. You might need more. I'm gonna put breadcrumbs in here too. Did I drop a piece of meatloaf on my foot? Okay, just a little bit more. So I'm gonna make some cornbread too, and do that. I did not wash any dishes last night. I was tired. I made oatmeal, fried apples, kale, but I didn't have my smoke, my liquid smoke, so that didn't come out the best. I cut up all the fruit that we got from the grocery store. I'm gonna do a veggie lasagna one day this weekend, and I'm trying to just cut down on the amount of work that we have to do. Like time management, I think plays a real big part of just keeping a sane house. So that's what I've been trying to do at very least. So I like my house clean, organized, blah blah blah. And when it becomes unorganized, I feel like my brain don't function the way it's supposed to. I feel like I become unorganized. And maybe that's like the backwards, but it's the truth. What I'm putting this meatloaf in? I want it to like cool. Like the juices that do come from it. Remember, meatloaf is dry. But the juices that do come from it, I want it to like cool at the bottom. So I'm going to take this container. Remember, my oven is on 375. And you just going to form like a loaf. Y'all got a lot of meat. It's a lot.
You might be making two now.
Yeah. And then we're going to do our topping. I'll show you how to do that. I'm just literally just forming a loaf. Don't have to be perfect. Oh, that looks like a lizard.
I wonder who came up with this meal.
I don't know. So I'm gonna do about half and half. Half for my house, half for my mom's. Or I might sell some dinners at the shop. Like, hey, y'all want some meatloaf and stuff? Do like meal prep? It's a better idea, huh? Alright, so I'm gonna slide that one over. I'm gonna get another container that I just had. Do we have another tray? Let me see. Gotta go, Toya. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Have a good day. So I'm gonna stir the dish up. I need another, might have to put this on a tray. I need another container. Let me taking those cookies out. We can finish up those cookies.
I was just thinking that, but isn't it too small?
No, it should be alright.
Alright.
They're gonna be home in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't need to put it in there like that. You just put it on top of that tray. I'll get the kids to finish that on up. Alright. Hold on. I'm gonna mix this around. We're gonna make our chop in a second. I got cookies. And mommy go get the other stuff. Hold on. And I just want to say, the grocery stores really be getting people with that whole, thank you, that whole like, $4.50, $4.59. You think if you bought everything for $3, $3.29, and you go to the register, and somehow all your stuff be $300, and I'll be so confused. Like, what do we get? What do we buy? This
Be
works
adding up.
perfectly. Huh?
Them little bits be adding up.
Yeah.
I think Dollar Tree is the one that gets me the most. Where you be like, wait a minute, what?
Like, I was at Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago and bought something, thinking I was saving money. And I was like, how she was like, yo, this is $10, right? I was like, $10? Like, how is that $10 at the Dollar Tree? I don't know. At least I feel like Dollar General will be honest, because Dollar General will be like, oh, it's a general dollar, you know? I guess Dollar Tree, I mean, it's like a tree of dollars.
They all owned by the same thing.
Yeah.
They could have made it clearer.
All right, so I'm gonna put for your topping or for your top of your meatloaf. There are all different ways of making meatloaf. Okay, this is just my way of making meatloaf. You don't gotta do it like this. I have some tomato paste. Cut my next one open. I'm gonna do 2 cans because I should have done 3 or 4, but 2 is all we got. I'm gonna mix it down with just a little bit of water to make it less like pasty. But like I said, there's so many different ways of making the top for your meatloaf. Some people use barbecue sauce. Some people use nothing. Some people use this method. This is what I do. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of sugar.
I heard somebody use ranch before.
Ranch on your meatloaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that one. This is to cut the acidity. Just a little bit. Right. And then I'm going to grab my water. Just a little bit. Kind of want to be able to brush this on. Hope that's not too much. We're going to stir, stir, stir. If I need to add more water, I will. I'm just going to stir it. And it also stretches it out. Just a little bit. I don't remember if I covered my meatloaf or not. I really, really don't. Do you cover meatloaf? I don't remember if I do or not. I did?
Yeah.
So I'm going to cover my meatloaf. As my husband said I used to.
If I remember right, you used to cook it like half on, half off. I only remember because it used to be like a pain when you try to pull the foil off, and when you got the cheap foil, and sometimes it gets stuck to the food. You gotta, yeah. That's what I remember.
So we're just gonna spread this. I'm gonna get a light, y'all. Again, I feel like every light I get, it ends up being broken by a kid. And I'm gonna put some on this one. Probably should have got a bigger spoon. And I'm gonna slather it on top. Oh, the window's not even open. Why today? I mean, you don't have to open it. So I'm gonna put a generous amount. I'm gonna cover this up for 20 minutes in the oven. And then I'm gonna leave it uncovered for about 25. And I'm gonna move on to our mashed potatoes. Let's move on to our mashed potatoes. Nothing gets left behind, so I'm just gonna keep pouring. All right, and I'm gonna smooth that out. Hold on. I'll put it. Oh, okay. Alright, so I did buy some rice pudding today. I'm hoping that my kids like it. No guarantee, but I'm hoping that they like it. I'm gonna smear this on out. And we're gonna put this in the oven for 375 for about 45 minutes or so. And we're gonna use our Dollar Tree foil. So I'm gonna set it for 20 minutes. Roll this one up too. Try to leave this one like, kind of loose so it doesn't hit the top, but we'll see how it goes. Kind of form like a dome almost. Just so it doesn't dry out. I'll put this one on my riddle rack. And it's gonna go for 45 minutes. Put this in the garbage. And move this over to recyclables, and we're gonna go start our mashed potatoes. Hold up. Alright, so our mashed potatoes, we're gonna make some creamy mashed potatoes. Like I said, y'all, I'm just winging it. If y'all have any suggestions on how to cook for a big family, let me know. I'm still trying to figure all this out, to be honest with you. Hi, Merry Christmas. Trying to figure this all out, to be honest with you. Alright, so and this way the kids can get whatever they not whatever they want, but they have like different options as far as like eating. And usually when I get tired, I pretty much am going to stop when the kids get out of school. I feel like that's a good time to stop cooking. Oh. baby, this sweet potato is over with. Ew. But I tried to make so much food yesterday. That was crazy. Alright, so I'm gonna rinse these off. I think I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna do a bunch of potatoes. And while my potatoes are going, I'm gonna also do some green beans. So we're gonna have meatloaf, green beans, mashed potatoes, and cornbread, and some fruits. What'd you say? I thought you said something. And I'm also gonna do some fish as well because some of my kids don't eat meat, so I'll do some fish for them. I'll put those in the oven. But I'm gonna show y'all, not today, but I'm gonna show y'all how I make my veggie lasagna as well. Won't be doing that today, but yeah. And when the kids get home, I'll make them like a light snack. Alright, so for your potatoes, you're gonna need potatoes. Don't forget the potatoes. You're gonna use some heavy whipping cream. Thank you. Some people use sour cream in their mashed potatoes. I'm gonna use a little bit of heavy whipping cream in my mashed potatoes because I want to try it. I usually use butter if I'm doing garlic with mashed potatoes. I'll use garlic. You know, very simple, salt and pepper, and calling it a day. While we're cooking, I just so happen to have this thing of champagne, so let's go ahead and get a cup. Champagne is absolutely nasty, but you want some?
No. I'm already tired around. So I'll go ahead and be like, nah.
You can take it back. Is the potato pillow over there? Is the potato pillow over there? Y'all, too. I had a doctor's appointment today. Went to my doctor's appointment, and what's crazy is I was going to cancel it. Someone told me, like, you know what? You should just cancel this doctor's appointment. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to go ahead and go, right? My mother talked about it. Why I get all the way there, and they're closed. Lights off, completely dark, closed. Then I checked to make sure it wasn't me, because I'm like, okay, well, maybe I got the wrong date, the wrong time. No, it's not my fault. Thank you. And those of you who know me know that at the end of the day, if I feel like something is for me, then I'm going to go. And it was just crazy to me how it's like no consideration of, oh, we're closed today, emergency, blah, 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 blah. Like, you didn't even, I'm pretty sure I couldn't have been the only one that was scheduled for today. And it's kind of like, y'all don't even let y'all people know that their appointment is canceled or you're not going to be here. Because I understand, I am one of those type of people that I understand emergencies happen. I understand that not everything can be helped. I understand that certain things just happen and go on. But when I talk to them, they may have a really good excuse as to why they weren't open. I could spend time with my babies, you know? Hi, good afternoon. What are you cooking? I'm making some meatloaf, some mashed potatoes. I'm making some green beans, and I just put my meatloaf in the oven. And now we're gonna cut up these potatoes to make mashed potatoes, and then we're gonna start on our green. I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I do believe that what's meant for you was meant for you. And maybe I'm not supposed to go to that doctor's office anymore. Maybe the person or the staff member that I was supposed to meet. I try to keep that on my forefront versus being quick to get upset or to get mad and just realize I didn't even want to go to the dentist doctor anyway.
Oh, the food you gave.
Huh?
The food you gave.
It was what?
The food you gave. The person that received the food probably needed the food.
I still would have had time to do all of that though. That was afterwards.
Timing.
I guess so. That too, my husband. So I had went to the store, right? And I went to go return something back, and I saw this guy looking at the side of my car, but I was waiting for somebody to turn, so he just walked up to my car door on my passenger side. Had he walked up to my driver's side, it would have been different. But he walked up to my passenger side, and when I rolled the window down, and he was like, what is this? And I was like, he was like, is this a salon? Now, mind you, says you hair salon on the side of my car, but anyway. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, where you from? And I guess because even though I'm down south now, I still have like a up north at I guess dialect, if you want to call it. Some of my words are a little bit more up north. I don't know how to put that. So I guess people from up north realize that. So he was like, oh, like, where are you from? You from up north? And I'm like, yeah. He like, where? I'm like, Jersey. He's like, oh, okay. He was like, started naming some high schools and started getting off topic a little bit, but I'm wondering like what, so anyway, after like a couple of minutes, he asked me like, he was like, oh, you got stuff all over your face. So I'm in the mirror and I'm looking at my face because I was just eating a bag of chips. So I'm looking at my face and he's like, oh no, it's beauty. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, cool, So, he was like, are you married? Do you have a boyfriend? I was like, I'm actually on the phone with him now. I was on the phone with my husband. So he was like, oh, okay. He was like, can you buy me a chicken sandwich from Popeyes? I was like, I don't understand how you could hit on somebody and then ask them for something in the same breath. And I was like, okay, give me a second. Because, like I'm on the phone with my husband. I'm kind of like thrown off guard a little bit or whatever the case may be. So I know it says multiple times in the Bible that if somebody asks you for something, if your neighbor asks you for something or your brother asks you for something, you're supposed to give it to them. You're not supposed to sit on that, right? You're supposed to be able to be like, okay, cool, if you have it. You don't wait till later. So I was like, okay, give me a second. He was like, oh, well, I don't stay still. Like, I'm going to be in the parking lot. So he was like, I don't stay still. Like, so where you want me to wait at? Like, basically like rushing me. And I was like, yo, you got to give me a second. So I went in the parking lot. And I sat there for a second. I talked to my husband. I was like, all right, I'm going to get it. So we go to the drive-thru. I get the food that he wanted. I actually get the combo just instead of just a sandwich. And I couldn't find him. Like, I don't know where he went. I could not find him whatsoever. And I'm like, dang, like, the patience, that he did not have. So I saw two people sitting. I went inside the store and I was like, okay, if I don't see him when I come out, I'm just going to get it to somebody else because that area has like a decent amount of homeless people. So I saw two men sitting down, or whatever. I circled around just a couple more times to see if I saw the guy. I didn't see him, and finally I just was like, here you go. And they were so happy, and it was just a combo. I got some mac and cheese with it, and they were so happy. So I guess my husband was just kind of just piggybacking to say like, maybe it was for them in the first place, to be able to receive something that they didn't necessarily ask. Because I'll be honest with you, the way that the guy approached me, the way that he kind of came up to me, the way that he was kind of, I guess, talking to me, it just seemed like,
Wrong.
Right, wrong. I don't mind helping people, especially me. I'm always like trying to help people or give back or whatever. That's me, in a nutshell. But sometimes it just be like the rudeness or the disrespect kind of. So, but either way, I couldn't find him. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just give it to these two people. warms up. And I don't put like, cause we use bottled water for our water, so I don't like try to put a whole bunch of water just to have a whole bunch of water left over. I want it to be just enough that's gonna cook. Hold on, let me rinse this one off. Let me see. I'm from New York. Where up north are you? I'm from Jersey. I must upgrade my potato. Perfect meal. Dope. Thank you. I am from New Jersey. However, I'll be in New York a lot. A decent amount. I'm not going to say a lot. My husband and his family are from Guyana originally, but they reside, most of them reside in New York. There's a few that live here, but on his dad's side. So, I think we might have a babysitter this weekend. Oh, that movie should have came out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
Huh?
It should be on Prime now.
Oh. We have 6 kids, so having a babysitter is something that is kind of, I would say, hard to come by, because I don't want to feel like somebody else is watching my kids all the time and taking care of my kids all the time. But having 6 kids does, like, you know, you got to do a lot of work. So having like a moment to yourself is something that's almost like unrealistic. And we just got in the mode of just being like, well, you know, we just going, I guess, do stuff that they can do also. My mom is more than happy to watch the kids, but some days she doesn't feel well after chemo or after treatment. And then we have to kind of, you know, just watch our own kids, which I think we're supposed to be doing in the first place. My mother never really had us at other people's house, even like her really good friends. We would visit sometimes, but we never like spent the night for the most part, or whatever the case may be. And I'm pretty much the same way. I don't feel like everybody should be watching people's kids. You never know what spirits reside in that house. You never know what they do behind closed doors. Even your family, you know, you never know what people are capable of, especially with your children. So since my oldest is 11, my oldest birth child is 10, and she only been at her grandmother's house, her other grandmother's house, and one of my husband's cousins in New Jersey, and spent the night. Other than that, my kid is with us. You know, and now that we have 6, it's no different. Like, you're not watching my kids. So, and my son ain't gonna go with you. So, he is not gonna be beat. And I'm not making my kids feel like they gotta be uncomfortable. If we're out and we're about, I'm gonna go get them. Richmond Hills, New York. Okay. How far is that from like Queens?
It's like the other side of Queens.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where they at. That's like
That's dope.
7 trains, all that. Yeah.
I will never get those. I don't care how long or how many times I went to New York. I never wanted to understand the train system. It just looked too complicated. The J to the L to the this train to this line. It always just seemed really complicated to me. It's something I was not interested in, like ever.
Yeah, we used to go and she'd be like, we almost there.
Right. I just sit down and just, right. Sit down and just relax. That's how I actually got proposed to, because he knew daggone well I was going to ask him for directions to help me get to where I needed to get to. So, and he swore up and down that I didn't know, but I knew, y'all.
You didn't know.
I knew.
Cut it out.
I knew.
Whatever.
I can't lie. I mean, I can, but I'm not. He just doesn't want to accept it, so I just be letting him
Whatever.
live in his little world. Alright, so I'm going to put my potatoes in here. I feel like I've been cutting them forever and a half. I was going to take my 10-year-old around town and point to all the restaurants, fast food restaurants, and ask her what they are. Because she ain't going to have no idea.
You probably don't know. Well, she could read it.
That's true. But like Taco Bell, if we drove past Taco Bell, she gonna be like, what is this? If she don't see the drive-through.
Yeah, that's one thing I can say is quite the relief.
I know other parents, they drive past places and their kids be like, oh, can we have this? Can we
Right.
have that?
My kids
We
be
ain't never
sitting
had
real
that.
silent. Right.
Never had that.
They like, can we go to the store? Can we go to this restaurant? I'm like, y'all know them things are expensive. They do not have a dollar menu.
We get, oh, daddy, look, a bird. Oh, a truck.
Matter of fact, when I open up my restaurant, I'm gonna have a dollar menu on a day, like for kids. A burger, hot dog, something, fries, and do like a dollar menu. I think that'd be cool. Cause you don't get that in restaurants. Like you always go to a fast restaurant, fast food restaurant, and I don't. Do they have a dollar menu still? I don't know if they have a dollar menu. I have no idea. That's true. I haven't eaten fast food in over 10 years, so I don't know what they have. Do they have dollar menus? Yeah, hubby people. I'm live in New York City. Dope. But do they have fast food? Do they have fast food dollar menus anymore? Just asking. So I have no idea.
Yeah, we probably got like deal menus.
That's true.
I've seen billboards for that where it's like, get two for $4 or something like that.
That's why I like Publix. Then I looked at my shopping cart and was at the register. I was like, how much? Okay. Come again. I'm also gonna make some spaghetti. Some barely. Oh, okay. Rarely. Is that rarely or barely? Rarely. That sucks.
I mean, it wasn't real food anyway.
That's true. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in here. We're just rough chopping these potatoes, just making them the same like width, so they cook pretty much evenly, but not really like stressing over it. Because by the time you mix them up, they all gonna pretty much.
Do you remember what the last fast food was that you had?
The last fast food that I had was at Charlie's, and I almost threw up when we were at the mall in Jersey. And we were at the food court, and I was sitting there, and I was like, oh my God, I had a fish sandwich. And I felt so nauseous after eating that. And then the time before,
Wait, no, that was Nathan.
oh, Nathan's, my bad.
Yeah, I was like, wait, fish.
The time before that, I had White Castle. And I had got me a fish sandwich, because at that time I was pretty much pescatarian. I had got me a fish sandwich. And after I had got my fish sandwich, I literally took a bite, like, you know, being one of them heavyweight people that take a bite before they pull out the parking lot. And I literally just opened up the door and just like, you know, I'm cooking, so yeah. And that was like it. That was like, okay, like I just can't do fast food anymore. So even to the point, like if I was around it, if I was in a car with you and you had like McDonald's or something, the smell alone made me nauseous.
When you eat it, you don't notice it, but when you don't, that McDonald's smells disgusting.
Right.
Look.
So I'm going to set this for another 25 minutes without anything covering it. And then we're going to see how it goes. I saw you and I hopped on to show you some support. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Very much appreciated. I'm actually about to get off of here in a second. So, finish just peeling this off. And putting these potatoes away. I'm gonna cut this big boy. And basically, I'm just gonna mix everything together when I'm done. Cut this top off and this bottom off. This is an old potato. I was gonna make baked potatoes, twice baked potatoes. I put vegetables in them. And I don't usually fill them with any type of meat, but I would usually do like vegetables and cheese and, you know, stuff like that, put them back in the oven, but that didn't work out the way it was planned. And I also got a 10-pound bag of potatoes this time because we go through potatoes quickly. And I also want to make a big thing of potatoes for breakfast. So at least like the days I gotta go to work or the days I don't feel like cooking, it's stuff already cooked. I can focus on my Thanksgiving menu. I do have to go to the Guyanese store. Christmas menu. I do got to go to the Guyanese store and buy some green seasoning for my food because I don't have any, and that's what I'm going to marinate my chicken in. But other than that, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to finish putting my my potatoes in here. And that's pretty much going to cook out because I didn't put that much water in here. I'm going to slice a decent sized piece of butter. Put that in there. I'll put a little bit more after it's done. I'll put my heavy cream and all that other stuff in there. And yeah, that's going to be that.
Oh, no, I definitely feel like the heavy cream.
Huh?
I forgot the heavy cream.
What you mean?
Oh, no, you told me to wait because I didn't have the cart. That's what.
Oh, I got it.
I remember you told me on the phone. I was like, oh, no.
All right, y'all. I'm about to be out of here. Have a great day.